I think this is a great first step toward getting the Democrats back to sanity. And a second good step would be, we got to do something about The View.
Bill Maher on Real Time this week, they talked about a clip we showed you last week. That was one of the most extraordinary clips ever from The View, where Whoopi basically claimed that it is as bad for women in Iran, it is as bad for gays and women in America and blacks in America as it is for women in Iran, which is completely absurd. Apparently, Alyssa Farah also is Iranian, so she's lecturing her about it. And Bill Maher makes an interesting point here. What are you going to do with these people, the left? They are destroying the thing that you care about, Bill, right? Like the old school liberal idea, which I believe in. I just don't think it has anything to do with the Democrats. Here's Bill calling out Whoopi for the nonsense.
What did you think of Whoopi Goldberg saying it's worse to be a black person in America today than a woman in Iran? I say we were talking about the trans issue before, and the New York Times really has come over on that to the sort of the sensible, liberal, not crazy woke position. I think this is a great first step toward getting the Democrats back to sanity. And a second good step would be, we got to do something about The View. I really believe that. I mean, could you just
It's huge in Iran, though.
Yeah, I mentioned last week that the number 2 country in terms of trans surgeries is actually Iran. Think about that. The reason they do it is because they don't want gays in Iran, and the trans movement is the number 1 anti-gay thing, because you're taking what would otherwise likely be just a gay male or a gay woman. My day, we called them lesbos, and you're chopping their genitals off so they can appear to be straight. So the number 2 country in the world where they have trans people. So in essence, you're just taking a man, making him a woman, and then he lives with another man, and everyone's like, oh, everything's just fine. And then I guess when he's a woman, you can put him in a bag and the whole thing. But Bill, in some sense, is right. Like he's not called, like he's being jokey, right? Like, what are we going to do about The View? But in some sense, it's the struggle that I always have with you guys when I show you The View clips. And I mentioned my friend that I play basketball last Wednesday was like, Dave, I can't take it anymore with The View clips. I don't know what to do about that. Like, they shouldn't be forced off the air, but my issue is no longer with the fact that Whoopi has become a lunatic, or that Ana Navarro, who was once a Marco Rubio Republican, is a crazy person, or that Sunny Hassan's the most racist person on television. My issue is no longer with that. My issue is with the executives that put that on there. If you guys care about the Democrats, look what you've done to the Democrats.